Tonight feels heavier than usual, doesn't it, my child? As if the room has narrowed, and even the quiet is pressing against your chest. You have been staring at numbers, at messages you do not want to open, at the thin space between what is due and what you still have left. You keep trying to think your way out of it, but your thoughts are tired now. They circle the same dark places, and none of them feel safe. Part of you is afraid to sleep because morning makes it real again. Part of you is afraid to hope because hope has felt expensive lately. You wonder how much more can be taken. You wonder what will be left of you if this all falls through. And underneath all the practical fears, beneath the bills and the calls and the silence, there is one deeper ache you have barely named. It is the fear that losing these things might mean losing yourself. Beloved, come closer to this moment with me, not to solve it all at once, not to perform strength, just to be held in truth for a little while. You are frightened, and that makes sense. You are worn thin, and that makes sense too. Anyone who has carried this much pressure for this long would feel the shaking inside that you have been trying so hard to hide. You have had to keep functioning while your mind has been racing. You have had to answer people, make choices, and pretend you still have more certainty than you do. Precious one, there is nothing weak about how deeply this has reached you. When the ground under a person shifts, the body knows it, the heart knows it. Even the smallest tasks begin to feel steep. So first, I will not rush you. I will not speak to you as if pain should be tidied up quickly. What you are facing matters. What it is stirring in you matters. The trembling behind your calm voice, the heaviness behind your careful smile, the shame that tries to creep in after dark, all of it is being noticed with tenderness. Dear heart, you have been carrying more than the event itself. You have also been carrying the story you are telling yourself about it. That story says, if this slips away, I have failed. It whispers, I should have prevented this. It insists, I am about to become less. My dear one, listen carefully. Circumstances can change suddenly. Income can disappear. Plans can crack. People can disappoint you. Doors can close without warning. But none of those things have the authority to define your value. You were never equal to your productivity. You were never only as worthy as your ability to hold everything together. Loved one, your life is not a ledger. Your soul is not a balance sheet. Your worth was not built on what can be bought, kept, or counted. I know how easily fear makes everything feel absolute. I know how quickly one threat can make the whole future look ruined. I know how fast shame tries to turn struggle into identity. Yet what feels like total collapse from where you stand is not the full story. It is a painful chapter. It is a sharp and frightening bend in the road, but it is not the final sentence over your life. Sweet soul, you are not standing at the edge of nothing. It only feels that way because you cannot yet see what is still holding beneath you. You have been measuring security only by what can be seen. Money in the account, people who stay, outcomes that make sense, plans that behave the way you expected. And yes, those things matter in daily life. I do not dismiss their importance. Practical needs are real needs. Food is not imaginary. Rent is not imaginary. Debts do not vanish because someone speaks softly. Your body alarm is responding to something concrete. So hear me clearly, beloved. I am not asking you to pretend this is easy. I am not asking you to decorate pain with polished words. I am not asking you to deny the seriousness of what is happening. I am inviting you to stop adding cruelty to an already difficult load. Because the truth is, you have been bruising yourself with every sentence that begins with, I should have been more prepared, more disciplined, more valuable, more wanted, more unbreakable. Dear one, you were never meant to live as a machine. You were never designed to carry endless pressure without needing comfort, support, and rest. The fact that you reached your limit does not make you lesser. It makes you human. and being human has never disqualified you from being deeply loved. There are losses that strip away illusions, not because you are being punished, but because some foundations were never meant to hold the full weight of your heart. You built around what you could, as best you knew. You leaned on what seemed stable. You made choices with the light you had then. Some of those choices helped you, some did not. Some people were dependable, some were not. This is not a reason to despise yourself. My child, there is a difference between taking responsibility and taking on condemnation. Responsibility says, I will face what is real. Condemnation says, I deserve to be crushed by it. Those are not the same voice. Only one of them leads toward life. Only one of them keeps your dignity intact while you walk through hard truth. Beloved, you do not need to be humiliated in order to grow. You do not need to be destroyed in order to become wiser. Pain already teaches enough. Fear already takes enough. There is no hidden virtue in speaking to yourself with contempt. So I am placing a gentler truth beside your panic tonight. It may not erase the problem, but it will keep the problem from swallowing your name. Here it is, even now, with uncertainty on the table and hard possibilities in front of you, you remain precious. Even now, when you do not know what next month will look like, you remain wanted. Even now, with your composure fraying and your confidence running low, you remain held in love that is not withdrawing. Loved one, what is shaking around you is not the same thing as what is deepest in you. At your core, beneath the fear, beneath the self-blame, beneath the images of worst-case endings, there is still a life in you that has not been erased. There is still wisdom in you, still tenderness, still creativity, still endurance, still a quiet knowing that has not died. You may not feel strong right now. That is all right. Strength is not always loud. Sometimes strength is simply this, answering one message truthfully. Drinking water when your stomach is knotted. Making one call you have been dreading. Sitting down instead of collapsing inward. Sometimes strength is allowing reality to be real without surrendering your soul to despair. Dear one, I want to loosen the grip of one particular fear tonight. The fear that if certain things leave your life, nothing good can remain. That fear is lying to you. Something important may indeed be changing. Something painful may indeed end. Something costly may indeed have to be released. But the ending of one structure does not mean the ending of your future. It does not mean you have been abandoned by hope. It does not mean your story has run out of room. There are seasons when the life you knew becomes too small to carry what you are becoming. That does not make the transition pleasant. A threshold can still ache. A bridge can still sway beneath tired feet. But crossing is not the same as disappearing. You think you are about to lose everything. Yet some things were never the everything you thought. Some things were support, but not source. Some things were shelter, but not home for the deepest parts of you. Precious one, this is why I speak softly now, because panic keeps shouting, and shouting makes it hard to hear what is steady. What is steady is this: you are still here. Your life has not been reduced to this one crisis. Your future has not been sealed by this one fear. There are people you have not met yet who will become part of your repair. There are provisions you cannot calculate yet. There are mercies already moving toward you that you have not recognized. I am not offering fantasy. I am speaking of the hidden ways help often begins. A conversation, an opening, a softened heart, a clear next step, an unexpected yes, the courage to ask, the humility to receive care. Sweet soul, you do not have to solve the whole horizon tonight, only the part of the path that belongs to this moment. You keep reaching for the entire map because fear tells you that unless you know everything, you are already doomed. But clarity usually comes in pieces. Enough for the next call, enough for the next day, enough for the next honest decision, enough for the next act of courage. This is how many lives are rebuilt, not all at once, but in small truthful movements that make room for grace to meet them. Dear heart, I want you to notice how much of your suffering right now comes from trying to carry tomorrow with tonight exhausted mind. You are looking 10 disasters ahead. You are rehearsing conversations that have not happened. You are burying yourself under outcomes that do not yet exist. Come back then, not by force, but by gentleness. Come back to what is actually in front of you. Come back to this chair, this bed, this hour, this living pulse within your body. Right here you do not need to become a miracle by midnight. Right here you do not need to have a polished explanation. Right here you do not need to punish yourself into safety. Beloved, rest is not irresponsibility. Pausing is not giving up. Stillness is not failure. A quiet nervous system can hear wisdom more clearly than a frantic one. So soften your jaw, unclench your hands. Let your shoulders come down a little. There is no prize for bracing every muscle against the dark. Dear child, even now while you are afraid, I am making room inside you for steadiness to return. Not all at once, not in a dramatic wave, but like warmth returning slowly to fingers that have been cold too long. You may feel it as a small exhale, as a little less pressure in your chest, as the first thought that is not entirely ruled by dread. That matters. Do not overlook small mercies because they are not loud. Many rescues begin quietly. A friend answers. A door stays open. Your mind clears for 15 minutes. You find the right words at the right time. You get through the call you feared. You sleep a little deeper than expected. Dear one, hope does not have to arrive as certainty. Sometimes it comes as enough light to take one more step without collapsing. That is still hope, and it is enough for tonight. You have also been afraid of what people will think, afraid of the look in their eyes if they find out how precarious things feel. You fear being pitied. You fear being judged. You fear becoming a cautionary tale in someone else's private conversation. Loved one, some people will misunderstand. Some will reduce your pain to advice they have never had to live. Some will speak from distance instead of compassion. Let them be who they are. Their limitations are not your identity. Their shallowness cannot rename you. The right people will not make you smaller for struggling. They will not require a performance. They will not ask you to earn tenderness by appearing composed. Seek the ones who can handle honesty. Seek the ones who respect your dignity while helping with practical things. Seek the ones who listen before they fix. And when you cannot find the perfect words, you may speak simply. I am going through more than I have said. I need help thinking clearly. I do not have this fully handled. There are real pressures on me right now. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. A closed mouth can deepen despair. An honest sentence can begin relief. Beloved, there may also be grief here for more than money, more than plans, more than possessions. You may be grieving the version of yourself who felt more secure, the future you pictured, the innocence of believing everything would keep working if you just tried hard enough. That grief deserves kindness. Do not rush past it. Do not mock it because others may have different struggles. Your pain does not need to win a comparison in order to be real. Precious one, some losses expose how long you have been living in survival mode, how often you have ignored your own exhaustion, how much of your life has been organized around not falling apart. And now that a crack has appeared, all the unspoken weariness is coming with it. That is why you feel more fragile than the visible problem alone would explain. There are old fears mixing with current ones, old memories, old disappointments, old moments when support failed and you had to keep going anyway. No wonder this feels bigger than one event. Your heart is not only reacting to now, it is also remembering then. My dear one, be gentle with that. When old pain rises, it does not mean you are regressing. It means something tender is asking to be handled with care. So when the wave comes, when your chest tightens, when tears arrive suddenly, when your thoughts rush toward the worst, do not turn against yourself. Place a hand over your heart if you need to. Sit down if your legs feel weak. Step away from the noise for a minute. Remind your body that this moment can be met slowly. You do not have to argue with every fear. You do not have to defeat every thought. You only need to stop offering them the throne. Sweet soul, there is a wiser voice beneath the noise, a calmer center beneath the panic, a deeper ground beneath the shaking surface. Stay near that place, not because the problem is unreal, but because you will make better choices from roundedness than from terror. And yes, choices may need to be made. Conversations may need to happen. Things may need to be simplified, sold, postponed, renegotiated, or rebuilt differently. Face them one by one, not as verdicts against your worth, but as acts of care for your life. This is not the end of dignity. This is dignity in motion. Beloved, there is no shame in starting over in some area. No shame in needing help. No shame in living more simply for a while. No shame in admitting what no longer works. Shame always says, hide and harden. Love says, tell the truth and stay soft. One of these closes your future. The other opens it. My child, you have survived things before that once looked impossible from the doorway. You have cried in nights you thought would break you. You have made it through days you were sure you could not carry. I am not bringing that up to tell you to stop feeling. I am reminding you that your story already contains evidence of endurance you forget when fear gets loud. There is resilience in you that does not depend on pretending. There is wisdom in you that grows clearer when you become honest. There is life in you that keeps reaching for light, even when your hands shake. Dear heart, you do not need to know how every part will turn out in order to believe that goodness can still find you. It can. It will. Sometimes in forms you would never have predicted while standing in this particular ache. A smaller life is not always a lesser life. A slower season is not always a ruined one. A stripped-back chapter can reveal what was essential all along. This is not me glorifying hardship. It is me telling you that meaning can survive disruption, and beauty can return even after fear has named 1,000 endings. Loved one, I want to speak now to the place in you that feels embarrassed for needing comfort. Come out from hiding. You do not need to earn gentleness. You do not need to be less needy in order to be worthy of care. You are allowed to be comforted before everything is fixed. You are allowed to rest while questions are still unanswered. You are allowed to have a tender heart while dealing with hard facts. That tenderness is not a flaw. It is part of your design. Do not trade it away for the illusion of invulnerability. Precious one, you are not being measured by how coldly you can handle pain. You are being invited into a deeper steadiness, one that can feel fully without becoming lost. So tonight, set down the need to predict every ending. Set down the need to rehearse every failure. Set down the need to become your own merciless judge. There will be time for the next practical step. There will be time for wise action. There will be time for decisions made in daylight. For now, let this be enough. You are still held. You are still known beyond the surface. You are still more than the crisis pressing against you. Sweet soul, listen to the quiet beneath your fear. It is not empty. It is inhabited by care, by wisdom, by a love that has not stepped back from your need. You may not feel secure yet. That is all right. Calm can come before certainty. Peace can begin before the situation fully changes. Let that surprise you. Let your body learn that steadiness is possible even in an unfinished story. Beloved, the night does not need to explain itself completely for morning to come, and your life does not need to look untouched for renewal to begin. You are not disappearing. You are moving through a painful passage. You are not becoming nothing. You are discovering what remains when false securities loosen their grip. What remains is more beautiful than fear told you. A heart still capable of love. A mind still capable of wisdom. A life still capable of reforming. A future still capable of tenderness. My dear one, I will stay near the parts of you that feel most fragile. I will not despise your tears. I will not turn away from your questions. I will not grow impatient with your process. When you wake in the night and the dread starts speaking again, remember this voice. Not loud, not hurried, just steady. Remember that you do not have to face this hour as an orphan to comfort. Remember that even now, there is care surrounding what feels exposed. Remember that the story is still breathing. Dear one, rest where you are for a little while, not because everything is solved, but because your soul needs a softer place to stand. Not because the future is fully visible, but because you do not need the whole horizon to be loved. The room may still be quiet, the numbers may still be real, the questions may still be waiting for morning, yet beneath all of that, something gentle is holding. Stay there now, in that small steadiness, in that unforced calm, in that sacred little bit of easing inside your chest. Loved one, even here, even tonight, even with so much uncertain, you have not slipped beyond the reach of care. And as this hour grows still, as your thoughts loosen their grip, as your tired heart begins to unclench, know this without striving. I remain near, softly, faithfully, through the dark and into the next light. Beloved family, these messages are created with prayer, care, and sincere dedication. We continue this mission with faith each day. If you feel led to support this ministry, you can find the support link in the description and in the comment box below. May God bless your life with peace.